Welcome CDL fans to our June 18th game day. It's the one that gets us halfway through the regular season. Starting us off, go to the soft field. Got the Atlanta Avengers, Matt Geiser's squad, on the road to take on the New York Empire League operated team. Let's go ahead and get a look at the lineups. Monkey Ball leads the way for the Atlanta Avengers today, followed by Red Drager at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's Solar Reflex, and that 5-point gainer is Mika. To the home side of the field, 15 Turbo leads the way, followed by Rising Heat at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, Black Bullet 2 and that 5-point gainer is Challenge. So both teams set and ready to go for this one. 15 Turbo and Monkey Ball getting set to start us off. And gonna go with, because we're still trying to figure out how to handle this edge over here. So today, any car that slips off into the mesh here, like that gets caught up in the undermesh there, will be counted as out of play. So I need to get some flat surface, something there to, I don't know if cardboard might work, maybe, but to make that a little bit flatter there so we have extended playing surface maybe, but yeah, they'll be counted as out of play from this point going forward. So I think it's just a more fair way, because you get cars caught up like this and a lot of teams are kind of getting screwed over by that. So anyways, on to the game. On to this game day. We try to get things right. And if things ain't right, we try to sort of, make them better or make them right? 5-0 the score though, making it right there was 15 Turbo. New York Empire in the lead, 5-0, as they are, of course, first place in the Eastern Conference, didn't you know? Red Drager now out there, even in this game up. So all even at 5 as that now brings out Rising Heat for the Empire. Both teams going at it. Red Drager down, Rising Heat has a good flip, 10-5. New York Empire in the lead. And now going for the win is Rising Heat. He takes on Solar Reflex, and right away he gets it. 15-5 is the final. The New York Empire get the win, and they will remain first place in the Eastern Conference. And with the Mexico City loss, hey, that would put them up in the first place in the league. But that's main event that we got to wait on. So coming up next, though, we got the Washington Patriots and the Toronto Titans. So stay tuned. Welcome back, CDL fans. Onwards we go with this June 18th game day. Next one on tap, the Washington Patriots on the road to do battle with the Toronto Titans. Let's go ahead and go look at the lineups. No Fear leads the way for Washington, followed by Orange Chevelle. At the captain spot, it's going to be Ratitude, and 5-point gainer is Hyperfin. To the home side of the field, we got Indy 5 Jr. leading the way, followed by Wen at the middleman spot. To the captain spot is Synchro, and X-Wing has the 5-point gainers position for the Toronto Titans. So here we go, Patriots and Titans win this off. No Fear, and Indy 5 Jr. is down right there, so No Fear getting the 5-0 lead for the Washington Patriots side. Out comes Wen now, and that time an interference. He did touch up with his opponent, so that saves him. Still 5-0, Patriots in the lead. Make it 10-0, No Fear is on a roll here today. So 10-0, Washington in the lead, looking for the upset. Synchro out there trying to keep the Titans in this game, and does so. So 10-5 now the score. Toronto fighting back. Synchro now taking on Orange Chevelle, and Orange Chevelle staying up. Oh, card blue. That's a grazing shot. It's a grazing shot, but a bad roll. That's what we have there. So back to their own sides. We'll go at it again. And that time, no question about it. Synchro getting a good flip on that one. So the score now tied at 10 as that brings out Ratitude. And right there, a good head-on shot. Both cars are down, and folks, we are heading into overtime. So, first overtime game of the day, tied at 15 now. Hyperfin out there for the Patriots, and for Washington is X-Wing. So go at it, and both cars staying up. Let's go at it again. We have both cars up to the task. Hyperfin is a rookie, trying to get an OT win here for Washington. And X-Wing, he's a veteran, battle-hardened. And both cars able to stay up that time. So battle continues. They'll switch sides here. And yes, Hyperfin handling the edge well enough. Play it like it's flat there. Now this time Hyperfin's down and the game is over. 20-15 the final. In overtime, the Toronto Titans getting the comeback for the win over the Washington Patriots. So a big win for Toronto as they improved to 7-3 on the season. That's 7-3 at the halfway point, so big win for the Titans. And that's right, another $5 for charity. That's Renji, the collision kitten, who's making some collisions of his own, just being a cat in the background. That's what you're hearing. Yep, it's a fun time. Anyways, coming up next, last soft field game of the day. Yes, there was only 3 of them. The Puerto Rico Playas on the road against the Gowanda Outlaws. That matchup coming up next. Time to start the second half of our first segment here, CDL fans, with the final soft field game of the day. We got the Puerto Rico Playas. Right now they're in a 3-way tie for that final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. They are on the road today to take on the Gowanda Outlaws, who are in the midst of fighting for that division title in the Northeast. But it's a very close race. They need to keep up with the New York Empire. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups. It's going to be Sub-Zero leading the way for the Puerto Rico Playas, followed by Rowdy at the middleman spot. For the captain spot, it's going to be El Rey Jr. My bad, not El Rey Jr., Ratitude Jr. I'm focused on the other little junior in this this group here, and that would be Renji the Collision Kitten. And that 5-point gainer is going to be Blue BMW. So, apologies to Alex Johnson for getting the name of your car wrong, but it's happened before. Reptile leads the way for the Gowanda Outlaws, followed by Hammer at the middleman spot. Black Spinebuster at captain spot, and that 5-point gainer is Demon Jr. So, both teams set and ready to go. Reptile and Sub-Zero. Reptile has a good flip. So, that was a quick flip for Gowanda to get the 5-0 lead. Out comes Rowdy. Make it 10-0. Gowanda's on a roll here. Flips coming quicker than pancakes at a Waffle House. 10-0 the score. And Ratitude Jr. trying to keep his team in it? Does. So Puerto Rico still got to find a chance here. Ratitude Jr. keeps Puerto Rico in this game. As Hammer comes out. Hammer trying to get the win for the Outlaws. And ooh, almost a close one there. And it's almost interference this time. And a little clip shot. A good flip right there. Ratitude Jr. is down 15-5 the final. And really an impressive showing by Reptile. But then in the end, Hammer getting the job done there. 15-5 the final. It is the Gowanda Outlaws getting the win over the Puerto Rico Playas. And moving on, we will go to our first Western Conference matchup of the day. Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds taking on Jim Hull Sr.'s Chicago Wind Attack. That matchup coming up. And we are back, CDL fans. Time to bring our first segment to a close with the first hard field game of the day. The Phoenix Firebirds tied for first place in the Pacific Division right now. They lead the way with Green Arrow today, a car that's been on a roll for them as of late. Second car out there is going to be Kid Custom. At the captain spot for Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds, it's Power Pistons, and that 5-point gainer is Stock 34. Now to the home side of the field, the Chicago Wind Attack. Fresh off of a trade that they just made, so you're getting a first look at this new roster. It's R leading the way for the Wind Attack, followed by Hot Indy at the middleman spot. Same model as Solid Snake, but different team, right? So, Hot Indy at the middleman spot. At the captain spot, the new addition to the team here, that is Red Detta Renji. Get down. Starting to bite at the camera, pretty well, all over the camera, but you could tip the camera over if he kept doing what he was doing. So, to prevent $300 worth of damages, right? That 5-point gainer here, though, is Blue Dragon for the Wind Attack. So, both teams set and ready to go. So, R and Green Arrow going to lead the way. Highlight, now a member of the Denver Mustangs, for those that don't follow the CDL's Facebook page. So, anyways, opening of the match, and we got now to play. Every car that enters that mesh now out of play. There's no trying to make a ruling on it, trying to, was he kind of upright or, you know, none of that anymore, as both cars are again able to stay alive. R versus Green Arrow here to start this match. And both cars able to hang in there right now and, yes, play it like it's flat. Green Arrow is still up as a result. Now both cars down. So, Chicago and Phoenix. Two of the CDL's original 6 teams, as a matter of fact. They are tied at 5 here. So that brings out Kid Custom and Hot Indy from the middleman spot for their respective sides, and Chicago has the lead. Hot Indy gets the flip that gives the wind attack the 10-5 edge as they now look for the win. Power Pistons out there trying to even things up for the Firebirds. Offense versus defense here in the way that these two cars operate. And look at that, Power Pistons able to stay alive, but they'll switch sides. And this time out of play goes Hot Indy. Still 10-5 the score. Chicago still in the lead. Out of play yet again. Hot Indy, the culprit in the matter. Still 10-5. So he tries to put this game away. Not going to happen. A little clip shot right there, and we are tied at 10. Enter the new guy on the squad. That would be Red Detta. It's the car that they traded for interference right there. So go at it again. Known for his defensive aspects, makes Power Pistons do a barrel roll. Both cars hanging in there. Spin cycle maneuvers by Red Detta. He's trying to impress in his first showing here for the wind attack. And now, this time Red Detta is down. So Power Pistons gets the flip that gives Phoenix the 15-10 lead and looks for the win. Blue Dragon trying to force overtime for the wind attack. Almost did. Both cars able to stay up. Go at it again. Now this time, both cars leaning. Yep. Both of them still up. Match continues. This time, Power Pistons down. And folks, we are heading into overtime. So, all tied at 15 now in OT. And this is going to, that right there brought it up to $100 to both charities. It's going to be donated later. We'll add it on to the total amount. You can follow that at Car Demolition League on Facebook. Just scroll through. The links are up there if you also want to donate to Animal Cancer Foundation in St. Jude. So, but anyways, that being said, still continuing on. 15-15 now in overtime. Stock 34 for the Phoenix Firebirds, Blue Dragon for the Chicago Wind Attack. In OT, here they go. And both cars able to stay up so far as they continue to battle here. A matchup on hand between these two original 6 teams, and out of play goes stock 34. So out of play he goes, still tied at 15, still in overtime. The match continues. Oh, a barrel roll. Stock 34 able to hang on, but just barely. Blue Dragon applying the pressure, and this time, folks, I don't know if you can see from where you are, but stock 34 did not end up in my lap somehow. He is down, and the game is over. 20-15 in overtime, and the Chicago Wind Attack get the win over the Phoenix Firebirds. A huge win for them. They are in the midst of a playoff race, and they just need every point they can get because they were expected to do a lot better, and it hasn't really showed. Thus, you saw the trade, and today, Red Dead didn't do too good for him, but that being said, Highlight wasn't doing too good for him either. But 20-15 the final in favor of the Wind Attack. The Firebirds taking a loss in overtime. They get a point added on in the stand-ins. They could move ahead the LA Blades today if the Blades lose to the Jaguars in regulation. But that will do it for our first segment. Coming up next, segment number 2 on the day, our middle segment. We got the Shinobis and the Defenders, the Thunder versus the Devils, the Gators versus the Warriors, and then finally the Seattle Lumberjacks on the road to battle with the Denver Mustangs to end our second segment. It's all hard field from here, so stay tuned, folks. So it'll be coming up. It'll be uploaded soon enough.